Toxicity, abuse, cheating. There are numerous reasons for which players could be banned from a multitude of games. Let's take a look at 14 players who were rightfully banned and why. JOHNATHAN KOSMALA. Fortnite is still extremely popular almost 2 years after its release, and it's attracted its fair share of esports cheaters. Team Caliber's JOHNATHAN KOSMALA was released after he was found to have cheated during the World Cup qualifiers this past April. The strange thing is that CBV, who made the cheat that KOSMALA used, outed him, stating that the player's intentions were to win money and scam other players that are playing legitimately. There's no difference between him stealing from these players versus him using this cheat to steal from these players. Kid X. What's better than a cheater getting banned? How about a cheater getting banned while streaming? This happened to Kid X in 2016 while playing Overwatch. Ranked in the top 200 for South Korea, Kid X streamed himself blatantly using an aimbot with Widowmaker. Of course, it didn't last for long as he was banned and sent back to the sign-in screen to ponder his actions, after which he seemingly purchased another copy of the game. Overwatch cheaters. Kid X aside, Overwatch has seen its fair share of cheaters. A week after launch in 2016, Blizzard would ban several cheaters and publish their names on its Chinese customer support forum. Over 1,500 users were named and shamed in the process. Other ban waves would take place in the future. In January 2019, about 18,000 South Korean accounts were suspended, banned, or punished for toxicity and their usernames published on the official forums. CARLO KUKU Pallid. CARLO KUKU Pallid landed in hot water for making racist remarks during a public game of Dota 2. Players called for KUKU to face sanctions, and while floundering on the issue, his team TNC Predator did deduct 50% of his pay for the upcoming Chongqing Major. The problem is that this didn't satisfy Chinese authorities, who apparently threatened to cancel the event if KUKU was allowed to play. Eventually, after its own share of floundering, Valve stepped in and banned KUKU from the event while admonishing TNC's handling of the whole debacle. XXIF. In Week 3 of the Fortnite World Cup's online open competition, a player named XXIF of Rise Nation attained second place and qualified for the World Cup. Not bad, right? Except XXIF was later found to be colluding with others, essentially fixing things in his favor. After Epic Games investigated, it banned XXIF and the colluding players from competitive Fortnite, for a total of 2 weeks. Yes, it voided their Week 3 prizes and XXIF's spot in the World Cup, but a 2-week ban seemed like a slap on the wrist. Rise Nation would later release XXIF for his actions. MORDHAU cheaters. MORDHAU is the latest multiplayer sensation, mixing medieval combat with absurdities like loot players belting out doom music. Cheaters are to be expected, but when the developer banned roughly 2,000 players recently, it had more than a few false positives. As such, some bans have been revoked. But those blatantly cheating and not just using an application for those sick loot solos, they will remain banned. YOON C. Bosung. StarCraft broadcast jockey Bosung, aka C, found a horrible way to remove himself from an esports event, by getting drunk and harassing a fellow jockey on an Africa TV stream. Which is a problem because he was to appear on the streaming platform StarLeague. Though Bosung said that people took certain moments from the stream as assault or harassment, and that he did neither, he was quickly replaced for StarLeague Season 4. Monster Hunter 3 cheater. If you think other developers take cheating seriously, then clearly you've never seen Capcom at work. While playing Monster Hunter 3, one player went online with modded data. Was he actually cheating? We don't know, but Capcom had none of it and banned the player until December 12th, 9,999. At least he can go online after the ban is up, presumably after he outlives all of us for the next few millennia. JT DARKSIDE. Perhaps one of the better-known examples of justice against cheaters, JT DARKSIDE was banned in Guild Wars 2 after several players posted videos of his cheating. The crazy thing is how he was banned. Game security lead Chris Clearly assumed control of DARKSIDE's account, stripped off the character's clothes, killed him, and then deleted all of his characters. Oh, and he recorded the whole thing and shared it with forum users. Team Solo MEBDI bans. Despite the controversies that Riot Games is currently facing, the developer has been quite strict on toxic players and cheaters in League of Legends. In 2013, it announced that 3 of Team Solo MEBDI's players were banned for repeated poor behavior. It's particularly memorable for happening just before a qualifier for the League of Legends Championship Series. Even worse is the fact that one member was responsible for DDoS attacks, yes, actual denial of service attacks, against other players. Thanks to the actions of these three, Team Solo MEBDI as a whole was disqualified. STEFFEN LILLEKANIN HOVMAND. It's one thing to take part in a long competitive match like STEFFEN LILLEKANIN HOVMAND did against Winlay Zhugilang Dai in StarCraft 2. It's quite another to compete for another 4 hours, give up in frustration, type a comment, and casually moving on like HOVMAND did. However, along with being disqualified from the match, HOVMAND was suspended from that season of World Championship Series and put on probation for the remainder of the year. The reason? He was checking his social media and chat during the match where various people relayed information about his opponent's strategies. Whoops. HANKIL rode YOON. In 2016, another League of Legends professional player was suspended before the League of Legends World Championship for Toxicity. HANKIL rode YOON of IMEI faced a 1-game suspension and $2,000 fine when he used racially insensitive language to abuse teammates during a public ranked match. In that same match, another professional player, Henrik Froggen Hansen of Echo Fox, was told to go die several times by YOON. While YOON explained that it was because Hansen was dying so often in mid lane, his other abusive remarks were indefensible. 2KRN for you and others. Club Penguin is no more, but Disney was fairly no-nonsense when it came to banning players for profanity. In fact, such was the speed of banning that users tried setting records for how quickly they could get banned. At the time, 2KRN for you set the record at 39.53 seconds, from opening the game in a browser to getting banned. Hey, at least this shows how stringent the anti-profanity filter is, which has since carried over into Club Penguin Island. Todd Rogers. You might not have heard of Todd Rogers, but in 1982 he set the world record for Dragster with a time of 5.51 seconds. Though captured on some Polaroid pictures, Dragster publisher Activision apparently verified the record. Game Records Authority Twin Galaxies accepted it, and Rogers even entered the Guinness World Records for having the longest-standing video game record. Unfortunately, in 2018, Twin Galaxies heard a number of complaints regarding Rogers' time in Dragster, along with other scores. Interestingly, even the Polaroid that Rogers presented couldn't be found, nor was there anyone who could testify on record that Activision had seen the evidence. After a detailed analysis which revealed that even a computer-assisted run couldn't get a lower time than 5.57 seconds in Dragster, Twin Galaxies and then Guinness World Records would strip Rogers of all records. And that about does it for this video. If you enjoyed what you watched and want to see more from GamingBolt, you can always hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon next to it. That way you will never miss any of our videos.